So the first mistake in my mind is they're not thinking about it strategically. They're thinking about the technology to get them somewhere. First, my approach is always, what is the strategy? What is the business model? What's the end result we're trying to reach? And then decide what are the technology to complement getting there. So they have to think about it strategically rather than on the front end, think about it tactically. The other thing, in order to create relationship and interaction, so for example, if you have a blog as an example, what I've seen the common mistake people make is someone may comment on their blog, good or bad, and they just leave it out there without commenting back. So the whole idea is almost like me asking you a question and you just sitting there not answering. So I cannot think of a better example than saying, Andrew, what's the answer, right? So communicate with me, which will say, okay, now I'm ready to communicate further with Andrew. Some other things that cross my mind are not publishing consistently. So if you have a blog or if you have an online forum, you have to participate on an ongoing basis. So for example, if you have a blog, my suggestion will be minimum requirement is 3 times a week. I've seen some bloggers that post usually on a daily basis. But you've got to create an activity with provocative content that will attract people to come to you. Now, let me comment on one more thing. Let me take the opposite. What are some of the key elements to create success on the web? And therefore, if you're not doing it, it creates the mistakes. Well, 3 elements. If we think of 3 circles that are interacting with each other, the first circle to me is a wow design, look and feel. So when someone comes to your website, I want to make sure that you look world class, that you position yourself with a great looking website, well navigated, no fluff, just very well designed. The second one is amazing, great content. And the content that we already talked about may be great articles, podcasts, videos that engage the user to say this is great stuff and consistently adding more to it. The third circle will be great strategy and tactic. So if you want to play globally, what is the strategy or the tactics to get you to play globally? If you're going to leverage social media, what does it mean to leverage social media? Without those 3 circles interacting together, you have a major syndrome here that I see with most companies' website organizations, where they're not leveraging this power. So again, wow factor, great content, strategy, and tactics, all 3 of them have to be in place in order to create a key success. Not having it will create the mistakes that we're talking about.